All right, here we go. This is a onboarding session about 30 minutes long for new users of Mana. And so by the end of this, I want you to know how to get your Mana going, get it set up, give you a little tour of what you could do with it and what you should do with it. But really important is that we're going to customize it together. Okay, so um, we've been having a lot of success stories. I think you're going to hear more and more about Mana because there's a lot of high level NMDs that are really excited about it. And I know they're spreading the info to their teams. Michaela Peterson is going nuts over this thing. Deanna Christofferson loves it so much. Obviously, Sharon and I are loving it, and there's several others. But it's very similar to what you might do if you already are using AI, something like ChatGPT or Gemini, especially if you know how to customize it. It's certainly with your own settings, but if you know how to make custom GPTs, it's kind of like that. But I've already done the work for you, and most of you guys don't want to be tinkering with AI. You want to just be living your life or doing whatever you love to do and working your business. So my goal with Mana is to continually update this thing, make it better and better and better and better, and then just make sure that it's the best it can be and it's all working really, really well. Oh, cool. We got Stacy Turner on here, Jerry Lieberg. Hey, guys. Good to see you. All right. So this is going to be pretty basic. If you have a specific request, even if you're watching this video, please put it into the comments or the chat and we'll get to that. All right. So first things first, let's talk about even getting into this thing. So when you go to jpmana.com, and keep in mind, this platform, I love it. I mean, it lets me as a creator of AI stuff do some really cool things. But it is a startup company itself in San Francisco, run by some young guys. And it's really fun, getting to know these young guys running a startup in San Francisco. It's amazing. But they could do a few things better. They're like me, they're focused on the AI. So sometimes the user interface could be a little better. For instance, when we go to the home page, there's no button that says sign in. It only says sign up. Okay, so first things first, if you haven't signed up or you want to sign in, then you should hit the sign up button. So I'm going to do that right now because I haven't signed in yet. And if you're
Okay, question. Okay,
yes,
so you went fast, and I was trying to I have a second screen, so I was trying to use my second screen to get into this Mana. So what is it again?
it's jpmana.com.
JP.
In case you need a link, I'll pop it in there. Anybody that's following along and likes to be helpful on Zooms, I'm one of those nerds. You can pop things into the chat as we go. So at jpmana.com, you're gonna end up here at the home page. Okay. The home page, you can scroll down and it kind of tells you what it is in case you haven't signed up yet. And it has your option to sign up down here under the add button. Okay. You don't need to deal with the $500 option. That's for like big team members. That's coming in the future. Some people are going to want their own stuff customized, but for the regular one, the general Juice Plus one is $20 a month and you get all these different tools. Okay. So you could add it there. But in general, when you get to this landing page, I'm sorry, the home page, you hit the sign up button, and then you're going to have the option to either sign up or it says right here, already have an account, log in. So we're going to do that. I'm going to hit log in, but I'm going to log in with Google because that's the way I did it. So I'm logging in right now. It's authenticating to my Google account.
Hey, Doug, do you suggest that we log in and do all that and follow along with you as you go?
I do.
Okay.
I
I
do.
don't know. I don't know if I think I'm still on the free trial. I don't think I've subscribed, so I'll go ahead and subscribe.
What's the benefit of using your Google account?
Well, if you have a really good password on your Google account, I mean, I find it convenient. I mean, there's lots of websites that let you sign up with Google, right? I do it. I've never been compromised, any of my personal information. Um, but for things I'm going to use over and over and over, like this, I like to use Google, just knowing that I'm always logged into Google. I'm a Google guy. I have a Google phone. So I'm all Googled up. So I think it's just convenience. Um, especially if you struggle remembering passwords and such. So that's
Okay.
the only thing. All right. So now I'm in.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. All right. So now I have signed in, and I know that I'm signed in because I can see up here, instead of nothing, I have the little man and all these little emblems in the upper right. Okay. So what can we do? I go to this little infinity sign, and that lets me know basically the pricing, which we already know that. But then they have like this little square thing here. That's the same. Now I'm going to go up. Now look at this is an infinity sign. I have an infinity right there because I'm the owner, but you probably have a 250 if you're a subscriber, right? And it'll tell you how many credits you have left until the end of the month. Each billing cycle, you get 250 credits. That's going to be enough. If it's not enough, we'll have a talk. And then I am willing to upgrade that to more credits if you need them. But what that protects me from is that, keep in mind, you guys, this is 20 a month, and I know you're thinking, 20 a month, another subscription. Well, it costs me money too. I'm connected. It's not like I'm making $20 a month on this. I'm connected to all these different AIs, and it's costing me every time you use it, especially if you use the more expensive ones. And you don't really know which ones I'm using, but some of these use the more expensive ones just because it's what you need. So that's important. So
Doug,
yeah.
for all that you have done for us, for all of this stuff that we don't have to figure out ourselves, I'd certainly be willing to pay more than $20 a month. I think that is an absolute bargain. And I think that for all you have done, you ought to be earning more.
Thanks,
That's
Jana.
me.
Thanks. And you do give me more because you send gifts sometimes. So that's nice. I like it. But and love. But yeah, I thought about that. But we're a startup, and it's fine. Everything's fine. And this is leading to other opportunities for me as well. I'm still learning and growing, and now I have other people and companies asking me to develop things. So don't worry, I'll stick it to them, not to you guys. All right. If you go on the upper right on the little man, it tells me how many credits I have left in this billing cycle. There's some account settings, which you can go there, and you'll see what you currently own. It has your memories here, what it remembers about you, which is kind of cool. So I have it set up to remember specific things about you. It's mostly Juice Plus related, but I also realize sometimes you guys don't use it for Juice Plus. So I'll let you know how to do that later, where it doesn't always talk about Juice Plus. And then on your uploads, this is kind of a new feature. It's kind of important because I'm gonna teach you guys how to use this. But this allows me to have these documents I've uploaded. And now as I talk to this AI, it is going to also access these documents. So I'm going to teach you how to use that in a little bit. Don't even worry about it. So we're going to go back to our main page. I'm just going to go to home on the left menu. All right, notice there is a menu on the left. There's these three little bars. It's kind of a universal sign for a menu. When you're on mobile, it's a little bit clunky. I think you're only looking at the menu or you're looking at the main page, but that's okay. And what we're going to do is give you a little tour of what's on the left and what's actually available. Okay. So notice the top 4 things are grayed out. I'm considering even like getting rid of these because they are confusing people. The top 4 are just like a website. You have your home page, then you have your landing page, which is a place where I would send people looking at Mana. Then you have a welcome and onboarding tab, which really kind of gives you this meeting right here if you went through it. Okay. And it teaches you what to do when you first start up with Mana. And then I have something called the prompt library, which I'm not sure who's using it or if you care, but this gives you ideas of things you could ask your AI.
I care.
Okay.
I've gone through, I've looked at that. I want that.
Okay. I'll keep it here.
And I
But-
like the onboarding too.
I know. I am going to be getting better with my emails and stuff though, and also using the JP the hub on Facebook, which is if you logged in late, I'm putting the link in here. Everybody should be in Mana Hub on Facebook. But I was thinking I could put some good prompts in there every once in a while for you to try. But I'm in some other business groups where they share cool prompts with us, and it's kind of like on Facebook. Once it goes away, you never can find it again. That's why I kept these here and I kind of parked them and I add to them once in a while. All right. So the first 4 gray things on the left menu are just menus. Okay. And then we get into this list of all these different, what we call assistants. Okay. So what I want to really emphasize is each one of these is like, imagine it as like a person. And when I call it an assistant, I know some people get weirded out by like humanizing the AI. But for me, I think the way our workflow is, eventually you're going to think of it as like an assistant. Okay. They're really smart assistants, but they each have a specialty area. So it's kind of like employees. Imagine for your $20 a month, you now have this staff that can help you out. Okay. The one on the top is just called Mana. Okay. Man, and it has a picture of a older gentleman with white hair. And believe it or not, I uploaded a picture of Jay Martin into AI and said, make a caricature of this person. And that's what it gave me. So I use that as the picture for it. And I don't have his permissions, so I didn't call it Martin or anything. On one of my demos, I called it Martin. It was kind of fun. Anyway, so this is your main go-to business buddy. This is what you should be using most of the time. It knows the most. It's very thorough. It's very powerful. Okay. It's kind of like your upline. Okay. So instead of calling your upline NMD, you have your Mana. Mana can help you out. Okay. Now, I used to have another one. If you're a user and you're wondering whatever happened to that daily business boost, I like that thing. Well, daily business boost is gone, and I've kind of merged that and created something better that we'll get to next. But if you need a daily business boost, because this button here is here for my wife, because she likes it. She actually uses this all the time. So when you're in the main Mana bot, you'll notice on each of these assistants, I'll have like some pre-filled things you can click here. I'm hovering over them right now. Those are pre-filled by me. They might change sometimes. You don't have to complain. Well, you can complain. If it's really important to you and convenient, like the daily business boost is not going to go away because Sharon, if I click on it, it's going to just create a quick plan of what you could work on today. Now, keep in mind, first of all, it's going to personalize it to me, but it's also, the vision isn't that just a few of us use this or just NMDs or even like really fast working people use it. I want it to be used by everybody. And I think of my partners that are out there. And if you have a large team, you know how this is. I mean, you have somebody that's 10 levels down from you. Their sponsor is somebody you've never heard of. And the sponsor of that person is somebody you've never heard of. And they're just buried down on your list of people, and you might never meet them, but what if they could have access or have some guidance on how to work? Well, that's what this daily business boost is. This assumes you're going to work for 1 hour, and yeah, could you just go to your boards or whatever and say, what should I do? You could, But the nice thing about this is it's going to give you something a little different every day. And so I like that. I like that a lot. All right. So, and it gave me a variety of things. It gave me a connect and engage on social media. It gave me some content creation. And then it's really focused on social today. It gives me a live stream prep and stuff like I'm going to go live or whatever. Of course, this is AI. I don't want to get bogged down in like how to use it. I just want to onboard you mostly right now. But you always should communicate because this is an assistant, you know? Like it even says, would you like me to adjust? I want to like I could say something like, let's focus more on inviting to my upcoming event. And then it'll change it. You know what I mean? I like to type talk, so I'll just say that now. I would prefer to focus more on inviting to my wine and wellness event this Saturday morning. And then so it's going to give you ideas for how to market for that event. Okay. And remember, we're still in the Mana assistant over on the left side. If that's all you get out of today, then you've already learned a lot.
Mhm. Doug,
Yeah.
so I have mine open and my Mana does not have what yours has. It's blank.
Okay. Well, let's go to that. So this is basically it's creating that little plan for how we're going to market for that event. Even post-event follow-ups and DMs and thank yous and all that good stuff. All right. So when you go to your Mana, are you seeing something like this?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's just the first thing you see when you open it. This is a
Well,
brand new chat.
No, I went into Mana, but I had no subcategories underneath it.
Oh, like
When
right
I
over
went-
here on the left?
Right.
Oh
Right,
yeah,
I don't
that's
have
because it's seeing all of my previous conversations.
Oh, okay. Right.
So
I'll stop talking. I'll just
no,
listen.
no, it's good. It's good. And I mean that's an important thing, you can go back and it's going to remember all these things. This was an old conversation about team building, but a good thing you can do is notice how over here I have it's team building with an asterisk on it. You can click on these 3 bars and rename this chat. So what's really a good idea is to like maybe put an asterisk and then the topic, which is team building. And that way, when you do, you can find that a little bit easier. Because when you have a conversation in AI, Mana is pretty smart. But if you go into this chat, it's going to remember all this other stuff and it's called context. It's going to keep building on your conversation. But if I go back, for instance, I want to start a brand new topic, I could click on Mana again and say new chat. Now it's not going to remember what I was talking about with team building because that was in another chat. It's only going to remember that it's really smart. And so let's imagine this is our virtual upline, but I guess it just can't remember the last time it talked to you and had a conversation. What you have to do is go into that specific conversation if you want to keep that going. All right. Most of the time you can just start a new one because usually you're not, maybe if you're getting advice on a team member, like a certain person and stuff they're going through and their challenges, you might want to call one like Patricia and another one is called Jerry. If I want to keep talking about Jerry in the same chat over and over. Okay. So let's go to our next assistant. And I'm not going to go through all of these because I don't want to go too long and I want to make sure you know some actions to do. But the second one's really cool because this is kind of new. And remember, we're on our menu on the left. And yes, I have 3 examples of previous things I've talked about. This one's called DMO Pro. And it's cool that we have Stacy Turner on here because this is trained on 2 things. Number one, it's trained based around the goals and objectives for this special program from the company that Sharon and I were invited to. There was 30 NMD teams that were in this challenge, and we had this challenge a couple months ago to get 30 partners in 60 days. And we had weekly meetings, and Stacy Whitmer was running it, and we had all these, and Skylar would come on. We had a meeting with Travis, and it was great. I mean, overall, I think there was 30 people or 30 teams involved, not full teams, just the NMDs. But I think we added something like over 200 partners between all of us. So it was pretty good. Jenna Rude won it all. I think she had like 10 frontline direct to her. But it took us out of our comfort zone. And so I made a custom AI to kind of guide us as we would do our work sessions. And so this is a lot more focused on getting team members. But then it was working so well, I didn't want to replace Mana. And I talked to Stacy Turner because she has the DMO planner, which is an amazing document. You can go to the dmoplanner.com and order one there. It's really good. But I took she also does a training every Monday about DMO and objections and how to do events and just everything. She's an NMD under Sharon and I, and she is just amazing if you haven't heard her speak. So I took all of every word she said on 120 videos, which is probably at least 120 hours of material. And I trained the AI on everything Stacy Turner. Okay. So let's see, what would Stacy do today? Let's see if it answers well. This thing's running slow. Oh, there it goes. You know, these new models are getting more advanced, but they're also slower. This one, I forget which one I'm using here. So Stacy says, it's not really Stacy, everybody. Stacy inspired DMO plan. Start with mindset and clarity. An invitation blitz. Social media post. Cold or lukewarm contacts. You know, it's just slightly, I mean, and this probably isn't the real value of it because this is probably defaulting right now to more of what we did in that challenge. But, oh, cool. As personal development, warm up. Oh, Stacy's pro tips for your event. At the event, use a short video or testimonial. This takes the pressure off you and lets the product speak for itself. Make it duplicatable. Oh, good. And gave us, I mean, I just love, look at this, a final pep talk from Stacy. This is so cool. I have never done this before. So that's pretty cool. Also, another thing you can do in Mana, all the assistants know that spin again means that you didn't love what it did and you just want another version of it. Okay. Keep the questions coming if you have anything specific. I'm going to keep moving through these, what they do. All right. So a couple more down here. I'll just tell you about. Content creator is where you would want to do your social media stuff. So let's do, let's take something here. Let's see. Here we go. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to what's hot first. And then, okay, I don't want to, sorry, Stacy. I don't want to see the rest of that. All right, so I'm gonna go to what's hot. That's our next one. What's hot is a cool little one because I'm gonna keep it up as long as I can. If the company keeps giving us so many updates, it's gonna stress me out. I'm not gonna lie. I need to automate this where I don't have to do it manually. But this, if you hit what's hot button right here, it's gonna tell you about the current company promotions and the things that are going on. Okay, and I'll tell you why this is cool because sometimes it's hard to find everything in boards, right? Or you don't even want to open boards. But let's say we're gonna do something like this. All right, so these are the current things that are happening. I'm gonna copy this and go into the content creator and say create a social post campaign about, and then I'm going to paste in the super biome. Let's hope I connected content creator to the Mana bot. I think I did. So another cool thing that happens behind the scenes is that these will talk to each other. So the content creator talks to Mana, Mana talks to What's Hot, and they all talk to Coach Lori. So this is just giving you ideas on how you could use social media. And yes, can you do this in ChatGPT? Absolutely. But I don't believe you're going to get the same quality and Juice Plus specific information, because this just knows it better and it knows our culture a little bit more. So you see how I took answers from one thing like what's hot, and then I put it into the content creator. And now, could I have gone into what's hot and said the same thing? I could, but it just won't be quite as perfect for social media, right? This is that exact thing I was just in. If I put it here, it's going to do it. It's just not going to be as cut and paste friendly. If not that you should cut and paste, but you could. Now, the fact that it's doing this right now means it's talking to the content creator, so it's probably going to give us the same thing. It won't be exactly the same though. I like to do this a lot where you just ask it to recreate it. That's why I put spin again into this. Now, I mean, it's a lot of info. It can be a little overwhelming, but you just break it down. You just say, let me just get one thing. Okay. Maybe I should just do like one thing, you know? And so remember that you want to talk to your AI. So let's say I ignored my gut for years until blah, blah, blah. Oh, a day in my gut healing routine. Okay, let's do this one. Probiotic versus prebiotic. Here we go. Now, instead of having all this stuff, let's just say create a single Facebook post about probiotic versus the dynamic duo. Let me talk a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to talk to the AI right now. On my keyboard, I'm a terrible typist, and I get carpal tunnel, not carpal tunnel, but tennis elbow from pickleball. So I try to eliminate typing, and it's really easy on your phone. I'm sure you know how to just hit that little microphone, and then you can talk. All right. So the more info you give the AI, the more it understands what you want. So here I go. I want you to focus on the fact that I've taken probiotics in the past, but I didn't notice any results, and I didn't really understand what was going on and why I would need a prebiotic and a probiotic, period. I really need to educate my audience on social media. So let's make this first post about this primarily about my excitement and about what I've discovered through this new product, period. So that's a lot different than saying make a post about, you know, super biome. Notice I said create a single Facebook post about probiotic versus prebiotic. I didn't mention super biome. So let's see if it yeah, it did. All right. So it gives you a caption, some ideas. Now, if you wanted to make it really short and have it tell a joke, you could. If you wanted to make it really short and talk like a pirate, you just tell it to do that. You can do anything you want. Okay. If you wanted it in Spanish, you just say, make this post in Spanish. It's AI. It knows all the languages. All right. It also gives you some ideas. Go ahead, Janie. No? Okay. And visual tips. I love this. I told it to do this. I always like an image suggestion because I never know what to put on there. And I always feel like dumb about doing social media and pictures of me. I don't know if you ever feel that way. So I just try to do that thing where I'm letting the AI kind of tell me what to do. And I'll just try to do, even if I'm uncomfortable, I'll do a casual selfie of me holding the super biome or we're drinking it or whatever. So that's just a way that I would use it and a way that I would formulate instead of just this giant response here of all these different social media things. I responded by saying, hey, create a single Facebook post, and I gave it some of my details, and that's what I did. Now, let's say that's still overwhelming. I could still change it to this. I usually like to keep my posts really short, and I don't like any emojis in them at all, period. So cut this way down, make it super short and to the point, and sound more like me. All right, there's a couple of things I want to show you guys before we wrap up, or if you have any questions. Hey guys, actually, we're going to wrap it up right there on this. This session went on, gosh, another 45 minutes, but we were doing a lot of individual questions and things like that. That gives you the general overview of how to get started with JP Mana. If you have specific questions, reach out to me. Probably in the Facebook group is the best way to go, or a direct message. Either way. But I hope you got some value out of this, and we'll keep doing these just to help get you guys going. All right. You guys have a great day.